Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Sefian FM, and we are back with Satisfactory, my organizational fun with Satisfactory. Last time, we did all of that. Since then, I've done all of that, and a bunch of shit out there, and it is now a massive mess. So my organizational fun, scheisse. That was bad. So my organizational fun has turned into a slight nightmarish, I don't even know what to call it. So basically, I'm still looking at the idea of an ore per level. So we did iron, the basics of iron. I realized that it's not, I did expand a little. I've got 4 constructors doing rods. I've got 2 constructors doing plates over there. I've got 3 constructors taking those rods and making them into nails or screws, since everything on God's green earth needs screws. And yeah, so what my plan is right now is, if I do need to actually expand outward, and I apologize, every time I move my mouse and everything, I know that it gets a little wonky, so that's a little annoying, but I apologize. So what I do enjoy is that I can expand outward if need be, and I might have to do that. These storage units right here and those storage units up there were just a simple test. I don't know how I've got to figure out how I'm going to pipe up all the materials up to each level. And these were just some tests on how I might be able to do it. So I'll get into that a little later. Today is going to be copper, and let me show you what my existing plan is right now. So my plan right now is basically I'm going to leave the iron the way it is, and the main area is going to stop right after here. Right after these, what look like completely uneven storage containers. And that is going to get my OCD all kinds of whacked out. However, so I'm going to leave that the way it is. I'm going to build copper today on this side. I'm going to probably remove all of that. That is, that and a lot of stuff on this side over here is just making materials so I can have them and kind of build up the storage containers with them. I'm definitely not going to keep them the way they are. And the Cetarium or Caterium or whatever you want to call them over here as well. So my basic plan is the main structure is going to be right here. So you're going to have iron on one level, you're going to have copper on the next level, steel, oil, all these different things. So that's all going to be here. What I'm thinking of doing is a main bus either in this section right here, or kind of taking up this entire area somewhere. I don't know how big it's going to be. I don't know how I'm going to even do it. That's kind of what I need to figure out that I haven't yet. So, but this area is no longer going to be the assembly area that I thought it might be. I'm going to move that down here. So all of these materials will go straight into these containers and then go straight down, probably underneath or around, and into more storage arrays around here, and then piped out to the assembly area, which will be over there. That is obviously not going to happen today. You can see, boom, hurt myself again. I did have to create a couple of assembly array or assembly machines right here, simply to create the rotors, simply to create the, what are they called? Modular frames, as well as this right now isn't tied to anything. The reinforced iron plates, I'm trying to build up this storage container while I do other stuff. And then I will, once that's more or less full, or at least closer to full, I'll pipe that back into the, this assembly machine to make modular frames again. So that's, again, just to make materials and to store them so I have them at a later date. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to clean up all of that. I'm going to build out this copper area, probably do the same thing with the assembly machines right now, again, just to make up, build up some storage. And I will finish the copper. And then what I would like to do is clean up oh, son of a gun, I cannot. I've got these, what are they called? Blade runners, and they make you jump farther and go faster. And it's a pain in the ass when you're trying to judge how to jump. But I'm also wanting to clean up that power plant area back there. So what I would like to do is take the flooring from here and spread it all the way down, and then cover that area, put the, take out the power plants, put them on top of a flooring, and then that also gives us a little bit of some expansion room as needed. Right now, I think we're okay, and looks like one of them is actually off, so I got to figure that out. But we've got that area over there. We've got two more, sets of coal power plants over on this direction. So I think we're doing okay. It's all tied up, minus that one power plant right there, but it's all tied up to the same network. What I need to do is I just clean it up and get it going. So that is what's going to happen today. So let's get to it. Insert Montage-y goodness here. So, ladies and gents, I think I'm done for this episode. I've done a fair bit. There's still a lot to do. I've done maybe a tenth of the flooring. You can see some of the flooring out there. I've got it connected to my new little power area, which is over there. It is up on a little bit of a hill, and it's expandable, which is nice. So I've got, 9 power plants, coal power plants right there, powering a hell of a lot. I don't need it all, but at least, like I said, it's expandable, and it can grow and grow if I need to. So this is the copper area. Pretty much, I've got everything we need. The only things with copper are cable and copper wire. And so I've got 3 constructors creating copper wire. Well, I've got 2 more, but those are feeding into these constructors, which are creating cables, and then everything's being stored. So storage-wise is kind of one of the big items that I've got to deal with next. Right now, I've got all the main items per floor. I've got all the iron ones on the floor below. I've got the copper storage right here. The next item that I need to figure out is ingot storage. And I think that's probably the main storage item I need to work on first. And I think that's all going to be in the basement of this entire building. So what I'm going to do is figure out some kind of method of piping in all the ingots into a big storage array or a set of storage arrays that will then pipe up those ingots to the appropriate level. So obviously iron to this first floor, copper to the second floor, steel's going to be next, so I got to deal with that. So I don't know if I'm going to do a storage array per floor. So where that back area right now is still a mess. It's still basically collecting randomly the copper ingots and storing them there and then piping them in. I might create a clean looking storage array so that, you know, an ingot will come in into a storage array in the basement, go piping up through something that looks like this, except instead of using storage containers here, I'll probably use the, what are they, conveyor poles that are stackable, and I'll bring it up to each floor that way. Then it'll go to another, you know, storage array of some variant, and then it'll pipe it out to there. That way we've got storage upon storage. We got so much storage of each item that we're just never going to run out. So, but that is what I'm thinking right now. That is something it's still to be determined, and I got to figure out at some point. The other thing is how to get up to each level, because right now it's just a mishmash of, you know, little stairs and gangways and God knows what else. But so that's the copper area. Let's take a quick look at the power plant station over there. So now this is just a reminder as I head over there. Am I going to get hurt? Yes, I am. That this is a series based on me just trying to kind of get the place organized. In the end, I'm not really looking for efficiency, or at least at this point. But, you know, it's mainly organizational structure. Hopefully I will figure out efficiency along the way. But, you know, if I can, that's fantastic. Otherwise, right now it's just organizing and getting this mind of mine cleared. So what I've done is I've got, like I said, I think I've got 9 coal power plants and it's finally piping in coal well enough, because what I had were, you know, just a mishmash of, I think there were 6 power plants here, kind of semi-lined up in a row. And when I started removing them and placing this down this flooring and placing new power plants on top of the flooring, I was having issues with coal and it just wasn't coming in fast enough. So I had to go back down to my coal area right over there. As you can see, there was a power plant there. I had to kill that and then run some wiring up to these areas. So this actually is not looking too shabby, I have to say. I'm very happy about that. And like I said, I can expand this way. My biggest problem are these stupid rocks that you can't deal with. I can take a chainsaw to those trees and kill them off, but I can't do anything with a rock. So hopefully they're going to figure out some kind of blasting technique or whatever that we can deal with that. But as you can see, I've got a capacity of 600 megawatts and I'm only consuming 130 to 160. Wow, even less. So I saw, I think at the top, 164. So we'll use that as a marker, or as a top marker. So right now I have power for days and I'm ecstatic about that. So plenty to deal with. Right now what I have to deal with is that all my storage has been depleted of like concrete and things like that. So I don't like covering these things because I think they grow back. And if I'm covering them, I don't know if they'll grow back. So just one of my little picky moments. Up here and over here is still all kinds of a mess. So right now my idea is to move all this storage underneath there, create some more storage just to get some more ingots and everything, and we'll see what happens from there. So as you can see, the iron is still going. It is now enclosed overhead. I've got to build up some more of this stuff, and hopefully we're gonna good reinforced plates. We're doing really well. So at some point soon I can start picking up this again, these modular frames. And then once we hit steel, we can really start the assembly area, because from that point, I mean, my assembly stuff, if you look at here, if you look at the recipes, reinforced plates, rotors, and modular frames I've already done. Encased beams, encased industrial beams, that's what I really need to start working on. Then the stators, and then the motors. And then obviously circuit boards to get computers and things like that. So there's, then we'll get to the 4-level or 4, whatever you want to call it, input assembly machines. And then we're really cooking with gas. So right now, current milestone is the expanded power infrastructure. I've got one more after this. So I still have to get all these materials. But doing all this, and hopefully with the steel, I will be able to at least start doing much of that. And then the manual stuff will just be, a cakewalk. So, but that is it. Oh, if you had any questions about why I have this platform here, I actually was debating about, instead of starting all the way down there, and even farther down there, all the way down there, I should say, I was actually going to start it all the way here, on top of here, because this if I'm this high up, I can just do a flat, you can't see my hand, but I'm sweeping across, doing a flat, platform around here. I don't have to worry about trees or rocks or bushes. I don't have to worry about killing, berries and things like that will give me health. But at the same time, I don't know how far up I can go. So I still want this 1 ore per level. So doing it here, I might hit a ceiling. I may not. I may never hit a ceiling. That's, if I can get up to that platform right there, which I have not tried, so I don't know, it, could be wide open if I started here. However, I figured I'd just start it there. So I may actually start demolishing this, get some resources back, and then figure things out. But that is something for a different time. So next up will be steel. And hopefully we'll have some of these storage arrays done in the meantime. So, and as always, if you see that I'm doing something stupid and you think I need to be changing things around, please let me know. Like I said in the first episode of this series of the Organizational Fun, this is kind of a fluid idea. This is going to be changing no matter what. I know that if I have to tear all this down because it's just not working, I'm going to have to do that. But I would rather know from you guys if you think it's actually going to work, if you think I'm just spending too much time and effort on certain things. Efficiency, I would love to get your tips on efficiency because obviously this is not efficient. I have not used slugs at all. I know that will boost production, so I could boost these two right here and get a ton of cable, but I haven't dealt with that yet. So I'm just saying, leave some comments below and let me know what you think, what you'd like to see, what I should be doing better. So anyway, as always, subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff. But I am Sefian FM. Thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.